you're getting in the way, you're not living authentically, you are just living the life of someone else, then of course life is blocking you, because life doesn't want you to do that. You know, how many people get married and 20 years when they divorce, they say, you know what, I'm divorcing now. I knew on the day one that was not the right marriage for me. I took that job for 20 years, and I knew exactly from the beginning it was not the right job for me. But society, expectations, I just couldn't escape it.
Hello, beautiful, and welcome to the Spiritual Hangout. I am Leslie Demai. Be prepared to expand your mind and connect with your heart. Higher conscious conversations aim to guide you on your spiritual journey. We breathe 25,000 times every day. And according to our next guest, Alex, founder of Breathing Cold, that gives us each 25,000 opportunities to start a new relationship with our minds. Alex's high energy and love pours out of him, and I knew I had to feature him because his love for ice baths and breathwork is contagious. Alex is based in Ubud, Bali, and has hosted close to 200 workshops. He has hundreds and hundreds of testimonials, and he'll be sharing techniques he's implemented over the years that have helped him overcome depression, self-doubt, fatigue, anxiety, and fear. Alex is now on a personal mission to impact others with his groundbreaking techniques that help people just like you live their lives to their fullest potential. His motto is, "Life begins when fear ends." And since the pandemic, you can find Alex with a big smile on his face and a shirt that reads, "Life begins when the fear of coronavirus ends." Enjoy this episode. Lots of high vibes headed your way.
What's up?
Hey.
Bonjour.
Salut, Leslie.
Oh, okay, say that again.
Bonjour, Leslie.
You really are French.
I am. Woohoo.
You're not.
And I am in Paris. I happen to be in Paris now.
Oh, that sounds fabulous.
Well, yeah, but we are in a full isolation now, so I'm not allowed to get out of the house.
Are you kidding me?
Hello, woo! Welcome to COVID time.
You brought that into Paris. They said, Alex is here. Watch out, we're closing down. That's how powerful you are.
Watch the t-shirt.
You guys, if you can't see this, it says, "Life begins when fear of coronavirus ends." Did you make that?
Yes.
You totally did.
Yeah, I think more people are going to die because of the fear of the coronavirus than the coronavirus itself. It's all the mental craziness and anxiety and suicide, and you know, it's gonna make a lot of damage in the world.
And I think it has. It's just, fortunately, you know, in my circle, it hasn't happened too much, but I feel like the cases such as suicide and mental health, the spike in that isn't being tracked, is it?
Of course, and people don't realize that our bodies are more powerful than our minds. And then if we change direction and we listen to our bodies rather than listening to our minds, we realize that we're getting a lot of messages from the bodies. And when you're in stress, you're not able to rejuvenate. You're not able to heal. You're not able to boost your immune system. So the only fact that we are constantly into fear, because that's what happened when you watch the news, and this is how we're programmed. We're programmed to assess at all time if we're safe or not. So you're attracted to bad news because this is giving you powerful information to know whether you're safe or not. The problem with that is it's addictive. You want more and more bad news, and it's reinforcing the story that you're not safe. And if you're not safe, what do? You can't grow, you can't expand, you can't project yourself. You're just going to survival mode. And unfortunately, this is having a big impact on our health, and we don't realize that.
Wow. Welcome to the Spiritual Hangout, Alex.
Woohoo!
You're my kind of people. Wow, you're so passionate. And, you know, even before coronavirus, you had that life begins when the fear ends. Life begins when fear ends. Oh, that gives me the chills, because it's like you said, our body is constantly sending us signals But then again, we aren't even aware of the way we stand. So sometimes when I'm stressed, my shoulders come up like this, and it's like my back gets stiff. But luckily, I mean, I practice mindfulness, I do yoga, so I notice it. But some people go on their whole life walking that way or having that stance. And, it's just so blocked. It's so closed off. It's so stiff. And that's
Leslie,
the physical element. Imagine what's going on in the mind.
and that's why, you said the word, you practice mindfulness. I think that's the problem. We need to stop having the mind being full, and we need to move to a heartfulness practice.
Oh,
And
I love that.
so you can rebrand yourself and it be a
Okay.
heartfulness
Can I borrow
coach.
that one?
We don't want to be mindful. We want to be heartful. That's it. You are not in control of your mind. You need to realize that whatever you think, whatever you believe, is just BS. It's your story, your education, your country, what you read, what I'm saying, all this gets into your mind. You can't trust your mind. But the body doesn't lie. The body is the barometer of your soul. And when you are deep listening, you say, you tell me your shoulders go up and da da da. It's okay. Just develop awareness of it. It's, oh, what's going on in my body? Can I just stay for a sec and just reconnect to my breath and feel what's going on without trying to always be okay? Without trying to be whatever. Just be with yourself and feel, how am I doing? What's going on? Because if you're being triggered, it's good. It's good. There is something that your body's communicating with you. And if you listen carefully, you're going to get answers. That's it.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. All of these sensations that come up, whether it's palpitations, whether it's a bad back, whether it's bad knees, it could be anything. These are sensations that the body is alerting you. And all we do is, let's go pop some ibuprofen. Let's go pop some Tylenol. Or, yeah, maybe I'll do a yoga class. I'm just getting old. It's these narratives that we have. And it's really the way you say it, it makes me like love my body so much more. And it makes me want to open up to have these true discussions with myself, because who else is going to have them for you? You can go to a doctor, but that's just a band-aid. You can go to someone else. Ultimately, you have to look at yourself in the mirror, and ultimately you have to look at your body and what it's telling you. And then what are you going to do?
Leslie, what you say is so important. There is a misconception with the expression love your body, because people always talk about that thinking, I have to accept my face, I have to accept the way I look. But that's not what it is. Loving your body means loving everything about your body. And when your body is developing cancer, love it. Accept it as, what is the communication behind it? If I have some kind of illness or dysfunction or something that is not going okay, can I still love my body? Can I stay connected to my body? So many people are disconnected from themselves. And I'm not even talking about the physical attributes. I'm talking about what's going on inside your body and functions. Oh, let the doctor, I'm not owning my body. The doctor is owning my body. The doctor is telling me everything. And I just surrender my body to someone else. And
someone
the
that
same
doesn't
way
know you.
we feel that surrendering to a boyfriend when it doesn't make any sense. Well, we do it all the time with doctors. So we need to be empowered with our own health. We need to reconnect with ourselves rather than expecting someone, whether it's a boyfriend or a doctor, is the same. It's someone from the outside is going to fix you. It just doesn't work.
It doesn't work. And at my age, I'm turning 35 and I'm giving away my age. I'm turning 35 in December. Okay, we're coming into November. It's taken me this long to finally register that, because I'm so sick of being tired of this cycle of thinking that I'm going to find completion externally. I'm so sick of this cycle of being disappointed and then feeling used and then feeling like I just gave all my energy and my life and my soul to a human being that's never going to give me what I'm searching for. And in terms of doctors, I'm a nurse myself. I've been a nurse for 10 years, and I know how the medical system in America works. I've volunteered abroad in Cambodia. I understand how it works. And you're literally meeting with a person you're saying, okay, I'm up for my 6-month checkup. I did my job. Okay, I'm good. Bye, body. Yeah. Bye, sensations. I went to the doctors. They took my blood. My labs were okay. Okay, bye. Or maybe it's, oh, they gave me these medicines. Let me just take this now without questioning. And next thing you know, 10 years go by, you're still on the medication. And so it's like, when are we going to take accountability for our own selves and our own bodies? And the time is now.
I can tell you when. I tell you when, because the thing which is incredible, and that's the beauty of it all, is we all share the same original trauma. we always talk about the fact that we want to reconnect with ourselves. But where does the disconnection come from? If we don't understand where the disconnection comes from, there's no way we're going to be able to reconnect. So here is the tip. When you were a baby, when you were a young child, you're not able to take care of yourself. You rely on your mommy and your daddy. If they don't feed you, you're going to die. So from a young age, you are learning to compromise on your identity in order to be accepted by your parents. If I speak my truth, if I tell them I disagree, maybe they're not going to feed me. So from a young age, you just learn to shut up and do what mommy tells you to do, because that's how it's be. So if I want to be accepted and loved and cared by mommy, I have to do what I'm told instead of doing what I really want, who I really am. It goes to the school, and then you learn that even more. And then, you have a partner. You want your partner to love you so much that you're going to shut up and do what is expected or what you think your partner is expecting from you. And then you go on being on social media and you're not being yourself. You're just being the person you expect your followers to be. And because we always want to be accepted by the tribe, but it comes from the fact that you want to be loved by mommy and daddy, and you're ready to compromise on yourself. Because if you're not getting that love back, you're going to die. And that's the original trauma we all share. And unless we realize that when I'm myself, when I say exactly everything I want, people actually love it and are inspired by it and says, oh my God, how can you do that? I would love to be like that. I want that. We are all one. We're all the same. We just want to be loved and accepted, seen and appreciated, because we never got that as a child. That's it.
Thank you for that. That's taking it way back. And so the fact that this is so deeply embedded within our existence as a human, maybe we need to search somewhere more infinite. Maybe we need to search somewhere more within. Who were we before the conditioning? Who were we before we were told, before we were put to sleep, essentially, of our true potential?
And that's where breathwork comes in. And that's where all alternative drugs and a way of altering consciousness comes in. There is a misconception around LSD and ayahuasca that it's a dangerous drug. It's not addictive. It's all about accessing an altered state of consciousness. You're not going to be able to remember these things, your childhood. You need to relive it. You need to go to that state. And that's why it's so important. And it needs to be used in a medical setting with a support system. It's not, the problem with drugs is it's seen as a recreational habit, but it's not what it is. It is a way to go to a place where you can heal, where you can see through the matrix. And because of the bad image that it has through recreational use, then all of a sudden it's been banned for everybody. But originally, that's not what it was for. It's a medicine. It's a plant medicine for a reason, because this is how you heal. And breath work, which is beautiful with breath work, is you have it already available to you all the time. And that's the beauty of it, because then you can really, truly reconnect with yourself. And only when you reconnect with yourself, then you can connect with Mother Earth. Then you can be respecting your partners, your kids, your friends. You can be a proper functioning human. But you cannot do that if you're not connected with the most important person in your life. So this is why breath work is the bomb. And it's not the new yoga. It's so much more than yoga. It's absolutely, it's the number one, and it's the most important thing people need to learn, is how to breathe correctly and be empowered with their breath. I can't stress how crucial it is. And come on, COVID is the best marketing platform. It's just everybody is realizing, hey, maybe understanding how the breath works could be useful. It's fantastic. Thank you, coronavirus.
Thank you, coronavirus. And thank you for reminding us how much that we love to breathe freely, and how we don't want to have our faces masked up, and how that's not natural. And the moment we take it off, what do? We go, we appreciate that free breath. And I
call it forced mindfulness.
Forced mindfulness. Is there such thing as forced heartfulness?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I mean, in this case, they're the same, but I'm at home. I'm stuck at home.
That's unbelievable.
Okay? I came to take care of my elderly parents that are not well from Bali, where I live. And and I got stuck with them. And, I'm not sure who's going to kill them first, me or the coronavirus, you know? But
you're there to learn something too. You're there.
Exactly. So I can complain all the time, or I can see, hey, how is it the best situation ever? How lucky I am that I cannot run away this time. I'm forced to stay with it. And that's why we have, all these people say, oh my God, I'm stuck at home with my wife. I'm stuck at home with, great, because, you need to deal with it. You need to stay with it. You need to work through the triggers. And once you work through the triggers, you can leave the relationship, you can stay in the relationship, but you do it from an empowered perspective. You do it because all of a sudden you've worked through it. So it's perfect. It's always perfect.
It's always perfect. One of my favorite humans, he's one of my dear friends. I'm going to mention him on here. I won't mention him. We'll keep him anonymous, but he always says that it's always perfect. Victor, that's what you say. It's always perfect. That's his mantra. And I notice he says it every time I speak with him, and it's say it out loud until it is your reality.
I start every day saying today is the best day of my life. And some people say the universe is working for you, not against you. I don't know about that. I don't know if they work, but if I have to choose between the world is working for me or against me, I might as well choose that it's working for me. Because if we believe in the placebo effect, we have to accept that there is a nocebo effect. If you have negative thoughts, they're going to make you sick. Cancer, diabetes, autoimmune disease, they develop when you are in stress, when you all have traumatic experiences. But if you believe that, then of course, the opposite is also true. Yeah. If I have positive thoughts, if I put my mind towards healing, towards seeing life as a beautiful experience, then all of a sudden I'm going to heal. I'm going to change the stories. So everything is a choice. We are animals, we are feeling it, we're receiving it. So it is really important that we are conscious of our energy, and whinging is useless. So the number one thing people can take away right now, stop whinging, stop, don't ever complain. It's because, or if you do it consciously to say, hey, you know what? I need to vent right now. I have something together. Is it okay? So now I'm not dumping it on you. I'm asking you authorization before I'm going to tell you about the traffic in Paris, which you're not going to do anything about. But I'm just going to ask authorization, and now you are ready. You can hold the space, and now I can let it out. You're not going to. But if I arrive, you're very fragile. You had a bad day, and I arrive and I start vomiting all my negativity. You're going to be affected. You're going to receive that. Yep. So we need really to be mindful of whatever we bring in the world and do things consciously.
As soon as I saw your feed, I was like, holy moly, this person is living their authentic life. They are so passionate and excited and just willing to share what has helped them. And for you, first and foremost, it's the breath work. But how did you begin your journey with breath work? I know you've conquered a lot of fears and patterns in your life. How did you get to where you are? Where did it begin?
I think what thanks Leslie for this question. What makes me who I am today is, and how I can relate to people is my awakening is quite recent, and I can completely relate with people that are just not buying into this kind of narrative, because I was there, I don't know, 5 years ago. So I can completely understand, and I bought into the fear of coronavirus or initially. So I can. You can be anything. You can be anything. There is no need to pretend. We are humans and we're having a human experience. And once we start to letting go of who we think the world thinks of us, and all of a sudden life is pretty easy. You can just chill. So for me, it was really going through a divorce, and my counselor tried to get me to express my emotions, and that's something that was not available to me. And feeling energy was also something not available to me. I was completely unconscious, focused on providing and fixing, and all the things that men do wrong. Sorry?
You were down in the root chakra.
Completely. I didn't even understand that, what that would mean. And I was kind of forced to go to a breathwork session. And that was connected breath. So basically, it's you open your mouth and you just do. So it's connected breath, means you don't stop at the top, you don't stop at the bottom, and you do it for about an hour. And what it does is it gets you into an altered state of consciousness. And what happened is we were 20 people, all hippies, feathers and crystals everywhere. Not my world. I was a businessman, and that was not something I could relate with at all. So I really didn't feel I belonged there. But I was stuck. My counselor was with me. I didn't have a choice. So here I am. And a girl next to me started, I swear it's true, she started masturbating. And there were about 20 people in the room and 5 angels, facilitators, and no one cared. Everybody found that completely normal. So what happened is I stood on my arms like that, and I looked, not in I was not horny or anything. I was just not comprehending what was going on. I was just,
sure.
How can that happen? First, how can she do it? And how no one cares about it? Where are we?
Where the hell am I?
Yeah. And I stayed like that for maybe 10, 15 minutes. And after that, I got over it. I thought, okay, no one cares. And so let's go back to the breath. And I took an inhale. And as I took the inhale, I got a download. So what happened is I was, for 10, 15 minutes, fully present. I was not thinking. I was not comprehending. My mind froze. So I created a portal, the space for the download to happen. And that's what meditation is all about, is coming to a place where you can quiet the mind and become extremely still. And I got there against my own will. So that's exactly what technically happened. Okay, I'm facing something I don't understand. And then I reconnect with myself. And I saw what was wrong with my family, with my kids' relationship, with my work, with my parents, in a split second. And I never went back after that. That was it, because it was so profound. It worked, and it was straightforward and easy, and it doesn't take years of practice, and it's not like karate or yoga, or it just works like that. Wow. And it was really magical. And for someone who's is not spiritual, is not religious, and it's just, I'm a science guy, I need to understand things. And when I die, it's over, etc., etc. For me to experience that was beyond words. So I thought, man, if I can experience that, then of course everybody can do it, and everybody can access it. And I need people to access that, because it's just the real deal, you know. And people, it's easy. It's easy. I've developed my own protocol. And the way, and my own breathing technique, which is a blend of all the best techniques I found around. And basically what I share, what I facilitate, is not to have these 40 minutes deep transformational release. I think this is great, but this is not, you don't want to go there every day. So I teach a very short 20 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes, but everyday practice. Every morning you wake up and you start with that. So you have something to connect you with yourself in the morning, because I think this is the big drama of our life.
The cell phone.
Because you start the day, you know, your brain waves are slow, you're in theta, you're not completely awake, you're not in alpha, or you're in between. And what do you do when you're so fragile? You connect with the outside world right away. And when you do that, you're letting the outside world impact your inner world. So it's important to spend the first 15 minutes of your day with yourself. And this breathing technique is an incredible way to get some emotional release, some clarity, boost your immune system, get you ready for the day. So I like that. I like okay, now I'm not going to be completely a mess and I can still be a functioning human, but I'm embodied. I'm literally in my body. And that's really what it is all about. You need to be not in your mind, but in your body. How can I be in my life, in my body? You know, we talk about embodiment, but we need to embody our bodies. And that's, I feel, that's what I'm sharing, because I feel that's what we need.
We have to make that decision that we're going to set aside 20 minutes a day, in the morning or whenever it works for you to do that. And it takes action. We can say all this, we can know all of this, but we really have to take that action and commit to that. And so I know you have a workshop coming up in January.
Yeah. So I don't do workshops anymore. I do teacher trainings only. So now I only focus on training the trainers. So I want this to have ripple effect, and it has been such a life transforming experiences for anyone who's joined these programs, because you breathe every day. It's 6 weeks, so it's a long time, and you get to have a very deep, powerful self transformation. So anyone who wants to reconnect with themselves, it's the real deal. We go extremely deep, but at the same time, I want you to have a job that's going to fulfill you every day. I want you to have a job that's going to make a huge impact in people's life. And there is nothing better. Money, love, fame, all these things cannot bring you the same satisfaction as helping people transform themselves. It's incredible. And again, that's what's incredible about this. It's easy. And my specific approach is I don't want you to teach my method. I want you to find your own breath. So every person who's joining is at the end living with their own breathing technique that they develop. Because I think one of the problems we have in these breathwork communities, everyone is coming saying, oh, my method is the best. And everybody needs to do this kind of breathing. Well, that's not true. All we need is to reconnect to the breath, whether it's through the nose or through the mouth, or with a breath hold or not a breath hold, is secondary. I want you to understand the science, so you have, a comprehensive understanding of the science of breathing, of the anatomy of your lungs and your body, of your diaphragm, how this machine works. I mean, I don't understand why we don't learn that. To be honest, I really, and I'm not saying that because I want to sell my course. I say that because I truly believe that we should learn these things from a young age. We have no idea how our body works. This is crazy. And the breath is what connects all your organs. It's what delivers your oxygen to your cells. We can really change our life by understanding how the breath works, because all of a sudden, whenever there is some dysfunction in my body, I know what to do. I know exactly what to do. I know how to direct the breath inside my body. I know how to pause, feel, surrender, release the traumas or tensions or anything that's coming up. Journal. It's amazing. So I'm very proud and very excited about this, because the results have been 100% life transforming for everyone who's been joining. So yeah, it's cool.
That's incredible. And it's funny because the breath, like you said, we're constantly breathing, but it's like the moment you skip a breath or your heart palpitates or something's off, that's the only time you notice it.
Yeah.
Out of breath, whatever it is, it's like we just take it for granted, and it's like our power. It's our prana.
If I start screaming at you, what are you going to do? You're going to freeze. You're going to hold your breath. You're going to, okay, now and it's a way for your body to protect itself. Says, okay, I can't take it anymore. So I'm going to stop the breath. But that's where trauma happens. Trauma is not something happening to you. Trauma is your response to what is happening to you. So some people can go through the same experience and be completely fine, and others be traumatized for life. So you need to realize that as long as I own my reaction and my response to anything that is happening in my life, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. And all I need is to stay connected to the breath. And when you stay connected to the breath in any situation, you allow yourself to feel, hey, I'm not okay right now. Okay, I can be not okay. I can stay not okay, but I stay present. I stay in my body, and we're going to be okay. We're going to go through this, whatever it is going on, I'm going to stay present with myself instead of shutting down. Because the problem with shutting down is that it doesn't work.
You mean like numbing out as well?
Okay, I'm going to forget about it. I don't want to talk about it. This incident or this traumatic experience, I'm just cutting myself from it. It just doesn't work. We have issues in our tissues. The body is keeping the score. It's in your body all of a sudden. So you're going to have cancer. You're going to have diabetes. You're going to have develop autoimmune disease. You have all these ways of your body to process the trauma. So it's much more safe to just let it out through. You know what? We do it where we do it unconsciously. You know, if you take two birds, because we forget that we are animals, you take two birds that go for a fight. After the fight, what do? They shake. You can see that with animals. You play with a dog, then he moves away and he's going to shake. So the shaking is a way for the body to release the trauma.
Absolutely.
And what do we do in our society? We get drunk and we go to a club or we go to a gym. So we have a socially acceptable way of releasing trauma. That's what it is. They say, oh, if I don't go to dance on Saturday night, I cannot function. Or if I don't go to my Zumba class, I cannot function. But this is exactly what it is. It's a socially acceptable way to release trauma. So if you are letting go of that, and whenever something's happening, you go into the body and you just let it out. You know, you do some shaking, some dancing, some movement. You breathe through it and you let the body, okay. And then all of a sudden, oh, all right, we're going to be okay. We can go through that.
It makes such a world of difference, especially for people that have desk jobs. They sit in a desk for 8, 9, 10 hours, people that have to commute. It's like you have a pent up energy, you have pent up frustrations, pain, whatever it is, trauma, and you can literally shake it out. I do like some jumping, like breath work. And it's like a 5-minute thing that I'll do. I'll step outside and do it really quick barefoot on the grass. And I can't tell you how that's so transformative. And I thank myself after. I'm like, wow, I love myself. I just did that. And it completely shifts you out of that stagnant sensation, that stagnant feeling, and it wakes you up. And it's like, you're ready to go. Yeah. Find what works for you, even if it's not always doing a consistent breath work. What's going to work for you? What are you going to do? Discover it, have fun, move your body.
I can give one tip to your listeners, people who are watching. What you need to develop, if you need to take away one thing, is to develop conscious breathing. Conscious breathing is very simple. In any situation, just take the time. Like when you're speaking, I connect to my body and I breathe through it. So if I'm eating, I'll give you an example. I'm eating food in the middle of my meal. I'm going to stop, take an inhale, let it go, and just feel, do I want more food or is it enough? Because who's finishing the plate? You or your parents who told you that poor kids were dying in Africa? You know, when you're in a party and someone says, do you want another drink? You say, sure. Instead of that, you just feel in the body. Do I feel like I want another drink? Or is it what is expected from me in that context that, of course, you want another drink? So all of a sudden, I'm not saying don't drink. I'm saying drink because you want to, not because it is what is expected from you. Yeah. And when you do this conscious breath all the time, you meet someone, okay, how do I feel with that person? Do I want more of Leslie in my life or not? How do I receive? Because this has nothing to do with what you're going to say. We feel in each other's energy. We feel, oh, wow, is this energy serving me? Am I feeling expansion? Am I a fuck yes? Or am I a hell no? And there is no alternative. And then all of a sudden, yes, as you said, you choose who you surround yourself with, you know, and then you set the boundaries with the person that you have to interact with, but that are not serving you. It says, okay, I'm holding the space for that person, but that's all I'm doing. And with this person, okay, I can be open heart, I can share, I can be vulnerable because I know I'm safe. I know I have someone who can take it from me. So it's important to be conscious of our interactions and who to exchange energy with.
Yep, absolutely. Beautifully said. And it takes checking in with ourselves, and it can take just stillness and a couple breaths and kind of surveying our surroundings and what we're doing. We just go on just repetitively these motions day to day, same things. So you said that so beautifully. Thank you.
You're welcome, Leslie. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's everything out here. I'm in California. We had a couple of fires, but everything's actually really, really good. I've had like the best week I've had in so long.
What happened?
I don't know what's happened. I'm just like evolving and things are happening around me and I'm just like feeling empowered. I'm taking action and that's always great. Cool. And I'm just releasing a lot of old cycles.
Right on.
Takes a lot of pain to get there, but it's definitely just part of the process and it's finally showing some benefits. So I'm really happy.
I'm happy for you. Let's take a breath on that.
Yeah.
Put it in. And let it go.
my neck too.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm exactly where I need to be. I'm excited to be of service of my parents right now, and at the same time, yeah, I feel very disconnected from what's going on in France. I'm buzzing. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm strong. Everything is incredible, and I feel such a disconnect about what's going on. So I'm I feel it is my time, it is now is my time. I need to step up and I need to get the word out. And I'm so grateful for you to come and people to listen and to feel, okay, we are okay. We're okay. We're telling ourselves stories all the time, and when we are realizing that, and life is amazing. I love coronavirus. You gotta love coronavirus. You have to shut up. You're forced to wear a mask. You have to shut up. We need to listen more. What do I learn when I speak? Nothing. I need to listen. So I'm forced to listen. I'm forced to stay inside and go at home. It's exactly what we need. We need to stop buying shit. We need to stop consuming shit. We need to go within. So Mother Earth is taking care of herself right now. And of course, it's hard to hear that because people are dying, but dying is part of life. It's okay. You don't have to live forever. And if you die, you die, and it's okay too. But just, to the bigger picture, the world is not going in the right direction. So we needed to shift things. And as humans, we're not able to do that. Our governments are taking care of themselves. They're not taking care of us. So, if you realize that, it's not your boyfriend responsibility to take care of you. No, he's taking care of himself. Why would the government take care of you? No, you have to take care of yourself. This is your sole responsibility. So Mother Earth is just taking care of herself right now. And it's absolutely fantastic. It's great. We were not able to take care of her. So what else could happen?
Yeah, I think it's such a powerful reminder that externally, no one's going to save us. There's nothing out there anymore, and everything is such a shit show that it's like, where else do you turn but inward? And that is not about coronavirus.
Yeah, we are perfect.
Backlashed on that. I think that.
Look at kids. Look at babies. You want to learn how to breathe. Look at a baby. There is a beautiful expression: is get out of the way. Get out of the way. If you have one thing, another thing to take away, just get out of the way, because everything is perfect initially, and then we're ruined by life. We're ruined by our society. But look at a baby. They're pure and happy. And then we teach them, okay, you are best and you're the worst. And do that sport and you get a cup and you're the winner and you get an A and you get a C and you need to perform. And all these things just heal us. So, it's I'm glad that we're coming back to the fundamentals right now with the COVID and realizing that the world of illusion that we live in doesn't make any sense. We have to stop. We have to stop everything. Just be. You are ready. You are perfect. You are everything. People complain they don't get hugs. When do you ever do that? When do you ever touch yourself? You don't need a boyfriend. You don't need a government. You don't need anything. It's different. If you come from a place of need, you're going to be disappointed over and over. When you are complete, when you are whole, then you can come from a place of abundance, whether it's in every aspect of your life. So it's really the highly needed time for us to do this kind of work.
Oh my God, you're like cracking my heart open right now.
Good, Leslie. I can feel that. Good. I can feel that. That's it. Let it out. Stay with your breath, and anything that needs to come out is welcome. Let it out. Stay with the breath. See how you were holding at the top and then letting go? Instead of doing that, just stay connected with the breath. Like, don't stop it. When you're stopping the breath, it's your coping mechanism. It's a way to stay in your old stories. As, oh my God, this is not, I don't know, maybe it's not social, it's not acceptable to cry in my podcast. What am I doing? So all these stories that are coming all the time about what's right and wrong are just coming in the way. Stop getting in the way. Just stay with the breath. And if you stay with the breath, then yeah, emotions flow. And remember, where your attention goes, your energy flows and energy follows. So you need to be mindful where you put your attention. And then when you do that, darling, you realize everything is perfect. So tell us what's going on for you right now. What would you like to share? Come on, let's be authentic.
Yeah. Well, I think let's talk about tonight. We're two nights away from Halloween, and I haven't been in the States around this time of the year. Actually, I was here last year, but I was in Colorado. I haven't been in California, my hometown, in like 5 years. So I'm kind of embracing that kind of energy that comes with Halloween, you know? And I think that's why I kind of just had that moment. I was surrounding myself with certain types of music right now and certain types of energy and vibes that are not generally authentic to who I am. It's just kind of darker and kind of tapping into like my shadow a little bit, which is fine. But I feel like I was kind of forcing it on. And so just when you spoke right now, it just brought me back to like my center and like who I am. And thank goodness that I'm speaking with you tonight, because divine timing, because I know that we scheduled this a few weeks back, and I'm glad it happened tonight, because it's dark here right now, not just literally outside, but in many ways, with coronavirus and Halloween and the full moon and the election right now. It's like we need your light, and I'm so glad that I got to speak with you. And even with Paris and the shutdown, Paris needed your light. It needs that balance, and your parents are so lucky to have you, and you're so lucky to have them. And it's all, like you said, it really is all perfect. It's not always going to be clean and like fun, but it is all for like the greater, like, of everyone. It's all like for everyone. It's not just about us. Even though we check inward, it ultimately is going to reflect around us. So yeah.
Thank you for sharing, Leslie. I can feel you right now.
I can feel you too. I want to reach my hands out to you. So I'm very, just on a personal note, I'm very interested in your training in January. How is this going to be done? Can you break down what we can expect?
Okay. Well, you can expect your life to be transformed. 100% guaranteed, money back guaranteed. So here is how it works. Breath work, meditation, ice baths, yoga, dance, movement are prep work. What happens is when we connect with ourselves, then we connect with others. So for me, there are really two parts. There is the heartfulness practices where I teach you, and then I bring about 25 practitioners. So I bring the best in the business. You've got osteopaths and people who are going to do demonstrating how you can massage yourself and massage others. People that are doing Qigong and doctors. And so really I bring the best in the world for you to have a comprehensive understanding of the breath. And once you understand, you are ready to feel better. Once I know better, I do better. So once you understand, you're ready to feel. So then we do a lot of breath work and different techniques and different tools. So you get to experience all sorts of breathing. And that gets you to reconnect with childhood, with patterns, with issues that you have, traumas. All the traumas come out. And they do that, they come out through the breath, but also through the sharing. Because after that, I teach authentic relating, and I teach how to hold space and how to connect with others. And people are actually facilitating each other's sessions in one-on-one or in what's called circles. So we have circles where people with some clear guidelines around that create safety are allowing themselves to be vulnerable. And they share in a safe way what happened to them. And when we are sharing authentically, then we are allowing others to do the same. So someone we're going to talk, and there's a lot of physical abuse unfortunately, in our society. So someone would talk about a sexual trauma that happened, and that will unlock someone was not ready to talk about it. But all of a sudden, oh my God, if she can do it, then oh my God, I'm going to allow myself to do the same. So the proper healing happen in groups, AA meetings. So that's why I want people to understand that the breath is just a step, and after that the magic happens in the community and the tribe. I call it a murmuration. We are building murmuration. A murmuration is a flock of birds that talk to each other and then create these incredible patterns in the sky. You have them in America, it's called starlings, and they are not loved in America, those starling birds, but they are really incredible and so smart. What happens is one bird is communicating with 5, 6 birds, and it has ripple effect. And you've got now hundreds of thousands of birds that move together in the sky. You can check murmuration. And this is what the world needs. You say, my parents are lucky to have me. I take care of myself. I have another says, fuck everyone. I'm not here to fix you. I'm not here to give you advice. We are tired of being told what to do and what's wrong with us. I'm just being in my body and I'm just taking care of myself. I'm not taking care of my kids. My kids take care of themselves. It's not my responsibility to take care of my kids. I have only one responsibility, is to take care of myself. And if we all do that, then of course everything is perfect. Of course, because I'm creating the container for you to take care of yourself all of a sudden. Because if I'm talking to give you advice, I'm projecting what's going on for you. I'm fixing you with the framework of what I know, but I don't know you. I don't know your world. I don't know your history. So there is no way, no matter my knowledge and my experience, I'm able to fix you. No one can do that. So we need to come back to the fundamentals. So we basically experience that very profoundly, and then we get to teach that, we get to facilitate that, and we get to get feedback from each other. So it's a journey. It's a really a journey, and it's online. So it's incredible because everybody can join online from anywhere in the world, and we're spending a lot of time together. It's 4 days a week. Wow. 4 days a week, 8 hours a day for the 4 days. The next day, the 5th day, is a silent day. So you're told and recommended that you stay with yourself, so you integrate. There's a lot of homework around journaling, around integrating, some books to read. It's a trip. And then after these 4 weeks, we do 4 weeks. 3 weeks for the 8 hours a day, and then we do another 3 weeks half day. So it's a bit lighter. So basically, you go right in, and then slowly I let you out. Slowly you get the space back, and then after that we continue. We are chatting, I don't know, 150 messages every day in the chat with all the teachers now, and they are facilitating and supporting each other. I teach business. I bring the best business coaches, so you understand how you make money with it. And money is just energy, so there's no story around being ashamed of making shitloads of money. It's okay. It's how you use it and how you relate to it. So we address that in a very relaxed way. And then how does social media work? How do you hack social media in an authentic way? How do you build your brand? How do you find, people always say, you need to find your why. You need to find why you're doing things. I think there is a more important question, is not the why, is the who. Who are you? And when you are getting to connect and feel, who am I? Then all of a sudden, everything will flow. The universe will open and work for you, and there is nothing you can do about it. But if you're getting in the way, you're not living authentically, you are just living the life of someone else, then of course, life is blocking you, because life doesn't want you to do that. You know, how many people get married and 20 years when they divorce, they say, you know what, I'm divorcing now. I knew on the day one that was not the right marriage for me. I took that job for 20 years, and I knew exactly from the beginning it was not the right job for me. But society, expectations, I just couldn't escape it. So it's hard to describe it, but I'll send you all the links, but you can watch over 600 testimonials about it, of people having transformed their lives through these practices and making good living with it. You know, people need to reconnect with themselves. People need to learn to breathe. Kids, we are working with prisons and prisoners who need to escape, and there's only one escape, it's through the mind. and educating kids so because they are the ones who can be saved and that can save everyone. So we need to spend time on the next generation to get them to actually not repeat old patterns. So yeah, that's in a nutshell what the training is about.
Absolutely. And it all starts with ourselves, and we can get there one breath at a time. Thank you
Amen.
so much, Alex. I'm definitely going to be checking out your training. Are these trainings specifically just for teachers that are already like Yoga Alliance?
No. I don't care about alliance. I don't believe in certification. It's bullshit. It's another matrix story. So I don't believe in any of that. You don't need anyone to tell you you're ready. And that's the thing people realize. And you can watch the testimonials. You are ready. You are ready. The problem is we need someone to tell you you're ready, and you need to have that or Yoga Alliance or someone else to tell you. But all we do is to build our confidence. You're born ready. You have it. So we're just getting a little bit of an extra push so that we get it out in the world in a way that feels authentic to ourselves. But yeah, no, there is no such thing as certifications that you need.
You guys heard that. And I feel like a lot of the community, the spiritual community, is headed in that direction. I think we see the bullshit behind it, and we are all worthy of this. And we are all, everyone is worthy. We don't need a certificate. We don't need whatever this, that. Like, thank you for facilitating that for people, because the ripple effect is real. And I can't thank you enough. Would you like to share anything else?
No, I think we said it all. We connected all, and just you're okay, and it's not okay. It's okay not to be okay. So just be and stay with what is alive, and accept and surrender and says, okay, this is how I feel, and don't try to be anything. Don't try to be okay. Just allow yourself. Says, okay, I'm getting out of the way, and then when we do that, life is beautiful. Life is easy. Life flows. Be happy, healthy. That's all there is. It's fun, chase the fun. Yeah, last thing, chase the fun. Have a lot of fun in your life. That's what matters.
You're the ultimate example of how to do that, and so authentically. Thank you, Alex.
You're welcome, darling. Have a beautiful day, and thank you so much for this opportunity. Well done for what you're doing. Bye.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you, Alex. To learn more about Alex in Breathing Cold Bali, go to his website at Breathing Cold, where there's all the information you need on the upcoming training in January, both in person and online, of course. Also, Instagram at Breathing Cold Bali, where Alex has tons of IG lives and testimonials that you can check out. If you're not part of the Spiritual Hangout community on Instagram or Facebook, you can find us at Leslie Demai, both on Insta and Facebook. Drop me a DM if you have any questions about the podcast. I'll be sure to get back to you. And thank you so much for tuning in this week. I'm sending you so much love, a big hug. Until next time.